TAG Heuer is one of the brands I get asked about the most because it's such an easy entry point for people when they get into watches. Unlike Oris and Zin, watches that are kind of in the same range as TAG, they aren't household names. Therefore, they aren't people's. If you aren't a watch person, you're unlikely to go buy a Zin. If you aren't a watch person, you're unlikely to spend thousands of pounds on an Oris. But TAG is a household name. If you want a nice expensive watch, or your first expensive watch, your first luxury watch, TAG makes sense. TAG has, or Heuer we should say, Heuer has an incredible heritage. A heritage full of stunning, some of the most gorgeous vintage watches, but like many watch companies, they've been bought out by a larger group. In the 90s, Heuer was bought out by a group called TAG, or we call them TAG, and turned it into a very commercialized operation. Rather than being a brand that's kind of paving its own way and doing its own thing, it became a brand that is following trends and following fashions. Similar to Breitling, it turned into a shopping mall brand. So I thought it'd be interesting to borrow some watches from Chronex, who also sponsor this video, and get hands-on with some of these watches. The first watch is an Aquaracer Professional 300 Date. This is a 43mm wide case, lug to lug is 48.11 millimeters. Annoyingly, it has 21mm lug width and 300 meters of water resistance. It has a ceramic bezel and it retails for £2,500. The second watch is very similar, but there are quite obvious differences. This is also part of the Aquaracer team, but this doesn't have a ceramic bezel. It has a steel bezel. Pretty much everything else is exactly the same, but this is far cheaper at £1,950. And the last watch is the Autavia. This one's 42mm wide, has a longer lug width at 50.4mm, and has a water resistance of 100 meters. This also has a ceramic bezel and retails for £2,595. Now, all of these watches are powered by the TAG Heuer Caliber 5 movement, which is TAG Heuer's name for simply an ETA 2824-2 movement, or the Sleater equivalent. Now, we could argue that the price of these watches is very high if all you want is a well-made dive watch that's powered by an ETA movement. That is literally the biggest category within the watch world. You can just choose a price that you want to pay and then find your watch. But I think the interesting thing about this collection, these watches, is that there's brand prestige in there. Even though if we look at the hierarchy of watch brands, the brand prestige is relatively low, but it's still quite powerful. If we go back to the beginning, I mentioned about Oris and Zin, they're in the same ballpark of what we're getting here. But the power of TAG Heuer is much more than that of Oris and Zin. TAG is a recognized brand, and I think that's the biggest draw for people when they get into watches. They want a nice watch, they've got a bit of money to spend, and they want to get something that people know they've spent that money. If you showed a random person on the street your Oris Aquis, they're not going to know that you've dropped 3K on a watch. They're just going to think it's a cool watch. With the TAG Heuer, it carried a bit of weight to it. It's down to you whether that's an important factor or not. So although you're paying a big chunk of money for the name, especially with the fact that this isn't an in-house movement, I am okay with the price because I know the impact of that name. People value that. People are willing to pay money for that. So it does make sense. Also, all of these watches are really very, very well built. They are better built than I expected. I couldn't actually fault the build quality of these, especially at this price. But what I can fault is the design. And I know that is a very personal view of this, but then I'm not bashing the design just because I dislike it. I think there are faults within the design. There are elements about these dive watches which just annoy me. For example, this Cyclops. This Cyclops fails in its purpose. The purpose of a Cyclops is to magnify the date window, to make the date window easier to read. This just distorts the date window and makes it harder to read, or just makes you not want to look at it. It's really very, very odd. The Cyclops on this one is much better. If you go back to the price of the watch, the Cyclops isn't in line with this pricing. This is the sort of Cyclops that you would see on a fake watch, not on a £2,000 watch. Luckily, TAG have just announced that the new version of this watch, they've just given up on a Cyclops, which is absolutely the right thing to do. The bezel movement is really very decent. It feels great, it sounds decent, it's a solid bezel mechanism, which you don't often find at watches at this price point. What is odd about this bezel is the shape. It isn't round, it's a dodecagon. It doesn't sit right. When it's perfectly lined up, it looks great. I think it looks superb when everything is lined up. But if you move it to a position that you need it, it looks odd. It looks unsettled. It looks like it isn't designed to be used. The Autavia, I can't actually fault. I think this is brilliant. It wears quite large because of that lug to lug measurement, but that's just down to the size of your wrist. Design-wise, I think this is gorgeous. I love the ceramic bezel. I love the domed ceramic bezel. I love the big fat military style numerals. There's so much about this watch that I think is brilliant. The only downsides to the watch, two downsides to the watch, it's a 21mm lug width, which is just annoying, especially for a watch that comes on a strap. It means that your options for straps is limited. And then also personally, I'm not a massive fan of burst or gradiated dials. I prefer a flat dial, but that's just my preference. Apart from that, out of the three, this one I think is the best. Although technically it's the least capable, considering the fact it doesn't come on a bracelet and it only has 100 meters of water resistance. But as a cool looking watch that's ETA powered, I think that's a decent package. If you just want a dive watch that's ETA powered or Sleater powered, then check out the Zin 104. This one on Chronext is going for 1,140. If you don't want to spend your money on branding and you want to get a technically superior watch, the Oris Aquis is on Chronext for 2,360. That is a huge amount of watch for the money. An in-house movement, a superb bracelet, a very, very capable watch, and a superbly built watch. Another alternative with an in-house movement is this Tudor Black Bay going for 2,860. If you see a watch on Chronext that you like, use discount code BARK and JACK special, all one word, all in caps when you check out, and that will give you double the amount of discount that you usually get, but only until the 9th of March. At the end of the video, jump over to chronext.com and check out what they have over there. If you want to stick with TAG Heuer, nothing wrong with TAG Heuer. This isn't a bashing video. If anything, it's a bit of a poke to say, please do what Breitling did. Breitling have done some amazing watches recently, especially this pistachio dial chronograph. I just wish TAG would kind of pull things back a bit and go their own way. What are your thoughts on TAG Heuer? Drop a comment, let me know which your favorite tag is. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like the style of this video, hit the subscribe button down there and that little bell icon so you get notifications when I drop a new video. If you want to check out some watches, jump over to Chronext and see what they have over there. If you do find something you want, use discount code BARK and JACK. Up until the 9th of March, use BARK and JACK special. After the 9th of March, if you're watching this, then just use BARK and JACK and you'll still get a discount. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow at BARK and JACK. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.